This- Well, oh, there you go.
Voice isn't active, motherfucker. Okay, we're good,
Oh
brother.
my
Lead it in.
God.
Lead it in.
Welcome back to the voices in your head, where the only thing we're consistent at is being inconsistent.
Oh,
My name's Mike. My name's Mike. I've got the voice that makes the dongs flop and the panties drop, and I'm joined by my manservant, Derek.
hi. Hi. Listen, I'm just defeated. Every time I try to make this shit go live, something's like, no, fuck you, bro. Actually, by the way, you're a lump of shit. That's what happens. Oh, bro. Chris Naga in the house. What's going on, brother? How you doing today?
Oh, Chris. That's good, buddy.
I swear to God, dude, every time we try to run this show, I've just fucked with my computer for like a month. Like, and nothing's ever ready. Like, it's always on like the back end of me completely botching my entire build. And it's like, oh yeah, hey, we should do the show, by the way. And then I'm never prepared. I'm so unprepared.
It's amazing. Sparrow, hello, my old friend. How are you? It's amazing that we even got the show going today.
Yeah.
I spent like 7 hours in bed with a horrible headache.
Oh, fuck, man.
Like, yeah, like the cold sweats and just felt like I was dying. I don't even know what the fuck it was from, but well, I'm better now.
Well, that's good, man. I'm glad. Yeah, Vox like, I've been laying around all day, like, nursing a nasty headache, and I was like, bro, we don't have to do the I mean, not that we do it that often anyway. Like, the people will understand if you're a little under the weather. They'll understand.
Yeah.
We have one of those communities, you know? Yeah, and, like, I got my dick kicked in all day. Because, dude, I don't understand what it is. I mean, I do a lot of work with vendors at my job. It's like everybody forgets that it's fucking COVID-19. Like, nobody remembers that we're in the middle of a fucking, like, international pandemic, and nobody's in the fucking offices. So, like, you tell everybody, like, dude, we gotta schedule this. We need, like, a week lead time on this. We need, like, a week lead time to know for sure that we can be in office and that people can come in because they're at home, and traffic, and it's fucking hectic. And then, like, Wednesday, we were supposed to sort all this shit out. So, like, cool, bro. Like, let's sort it out. Like, schedule a time early in the morning. Got a hold of everybody. Got confirmation from everybody. Everything was gonna look awesome. Nobody fucking shows up on Wednesday. And then
oh my God.
I get a call today at, like, 10 o'clock. Like, hey, we're here. And I was like, bro, that's not how this fucking works. That's not how this works.
Oh my God.
So, like, they're there to run fucking fiber cable, and, like, it's gonna take me 45 minutes to get in, which is exactly why we said we needed a fucking hour lead time. So, everybody's panicking, everybody's throwing their fucking fits and fists in the air. It's, like, immediately gets into it, and the pull cable, like, the pull rope breaks. So, they're trying to pull, like, basically, like, the diameter of, like, over a dime through a conduit that's already pretty jam-packed. And they had, like, site survey people come out prior to that, and, like, it was on the site survey guy to figure that shit out. But they fucking fucked that all up. They broke the pull string. I yelled at them because they weren't going to put another pull string back through. Like, they weren't going to tie another one on, so we had another one there in case. And then the pull string broke. The conduit, like, the cable stuck in the conduit. They're in, like, other offices of other companies, like, sorting it out. Dude comes out fucking bleeding. I'm like, it's not supposed to be this hard, bro. Like, you fucking do this for a living. Like, if any of this shit was planned at all, like from jump, everybody's just a fucking cuck. So that was Vox's headache today, and that was my headache today. It's the most annoying shit, bro. Fucking assholes.
Shit, dude.
It's just relentless. It's relentless.
Oh my God. I feel that pain of the Wednesday meeting, though. I had to be at work at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. I haven't been up intentionally at 7 a.m. in a long time.
Yep.
Like my old job, Wednesdays, you could guarantee I was probably up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
At work at 5.
Yep.
And, you know, pretty much every other day of the week that I was there.
Yeah, that used to be my life. I can't do that anymore. I can't wake up like that.
No, I'm too old for that shit. But they're like, oh, well, we got this big meeting. Like they sent out an email. You know the emails where it's like the invitation.
Yes.
And so I got one of those on like Monday or Tuesday. And they're like, well, here you go. You know, just for this, the position that I work in for like all 20 of us or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, just come in. The meeting's at 7 a.m. And I'm like, why the fuck does it have to be at 7
Yeah.
a.m.? Like,
There's no
I
need
mean, I
for it.
know. No, I know why it was at 7 a.m. because some of the other guys, their shift starts at 7.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But the guys that come in at like noon, 1 o'clock to cover the mid shift, they didn't fucking show up. And I'm sitting there thinking, God damn it, Larry, if I'd been as smart as you, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yep, I would have told everybody to fucking pound salt and go away. Get the fuck out of here. It works just the fucking worst. There's not a day that I get, there's not a day that I go into work where I'm like, thank God great to have a job, but like I'm never happy to be there. Like I'm to the point now where I don't even want to fucking do IT anymore. I miss the days of digging holes. Like I miss physical labor at this point because at least whenever you do physical labor, you have like X amount that you need to get done. You get that done and then you're done. Like with IT, it's just it's always fucking open-ended. Like you fix it for a time, you don't fix it forever. Like it's never a guarantee.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one of the light, and I use the term very softly, light blessings of my job. Where, when I'm delivering a bed, I get there, I set it up, and I fuck off, and then it's no longer my problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I can, yeah.
The
problem is if that bed has to go up to the 4th floor and there's no elevator.
yeah, that's when it gets a little rough. That's when you're like, fuck, man, I wish I was working on computers. That's
when I'm like, I wish I had one of those jobs in the office where I told people yes or no.
Yeah.
It's just literally anything but this.
Yeah, it's brutal. Yeah, dude, IT, it's really one of the most up and down jobs. Like you're either doing absolutely fucking nothing or you're bent over a barrel for like 3 months in a row where nothing works. You're costing people a ton of fucking money. Everybody's in a uproar. And like the position I have is I'm like a middle ground where like I liaise between like a large IT service and like a bunch of end users. And the end users sometimes can be unreasonable. The giant IT service can be unreasonable. And then there's just me in the middle, like the soggy muffin, getting fucking cummed on all the time. Like it's horrible. Like it's fucking brutal. There's no winning. There's no winning.
No. Yo, Jared.
Welcome on in, Jared. How you doing, buddy? We need to play some. We need to play some Guild Wars 2. That was actually one thing we'll touch on before we start getting into our main topics. I saw that Guild Wars 2 was getting DirectX 11 after like how many fucking years?
9.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
Was it DX11 that it was getting? I can't remember now. I just saw the article. Like I glimpsed at it today. DirectX 11 support is coming to Guild Wars 2. I saw that. Yeah, that took a good amount of fucking time.
You think it'll be another 9 years before they had DirectX 12 when
probably.
DX14's out? Yeah,
more than likely. Yeah, they chose to use DX11 instead of DX12 or Vulkan because we found that switching to BGFX's DX11 implementation provided enough of a performance boost that the graphics backend was no longer ever a limiting factor for client performance.
Oh, nice.
So
I like Vulkan, but sometimes it does weird shit.
There's a very good possibility you can't run it on a lot of machines.
I think the only game I've ever run Vulkan in is like Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah,
and like that's the only game I can think of where it hasn't given me a problem in some form or fashion. Like Scum, that survival game I was playing a couple months ago.
Yep,
dude, I ran it in Vulkan. And the water reflections were so weird.
Yeah.
Like, in a movie when there's like a drop of water into more water and it has that weird ripple effect and then, it's like a kaleidoscope going off. That's basically what it looked like. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Oh, why? Man. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played anything in Vulkan, honestly. I should probably give it a shot. Because I know some people have increased performance with it. It's never been something where I'm like, I really need to push a couple more frames out of this, except maybe Doom. Because if you get to do the speed run for Doom, you need to push as often as possible 240 frames for that run.
Oh,
like
it's 240.
Yeah, I think
Is that
think
for
it's
eternal or
240.
20?
That's
16?
eternal. So like for the run, I think you
Okay.
want to be pushing 240 as consistently as possible, because depending on your frame rate, that determines how much bounce and like speed you get on like your super jumps and shit. So like a lot of times when I wasn't pushing 240, I would hit the trick, get launched, but I was never hitting like the apex of the jump. So like that's the only game that I might like have to give it a shot in. But it's also something now where I'm not streaming from my gaming rig, so I have that extra overhead that it might be able to help me, but we'll see what happens. You were on the other day. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just reading Jared's comment. Jared's been playing Guild Wars for, I mean, he's like a rolling tank in that game. Yeah, he's a monster in that game. Like whenever I'm playing with Jared, and it's the only, I mean, we haven't played that often, but he was like getting me through so I could get to some points where we might be able to actually have fun playing the game. And it was like we were doing story missions and shit, and it was like one point of dialogue, and he's like, you selected that? He's like, it's weird because you don't know any of the lore behind this, and like the selections you make have no impact because like you don't know of any of the past shit. Like I know that storyline I know from Guild Wars 1, like, and this portion and this portion, and then when I was playing this DLC, I was stoked to see that back.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
No, my beard has a lot of red in it, Missy. My beard has a lot of red in it naturally. It's not, depending on, you know, there's a couple factors. I think it's like how much light I got how much like sun I got that day, the lighting around me. Yeah, there's a red tint to it. Hi, Missy.
Mine's just like a moldy tomato. It's got a hint of red, and then there's some white sprinkled in.
I'm waiting for the salt and pepper days. Yeah, that's why you're just a salt and pepper tomato beard, brother. That's all it is.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that sucks, Jared, that you gambled 90% of your gold down the. You had a lot of fucking gold in that game too. Jared's rich. Jared's like dropping like exotic armor for me like it's fucking Tic Tacs. He's like, here you go, bro. Here, I sent you an entire suit of armor and all the weapons you need. Here you go, buddy.
What a fucking legend.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Hello,
at that shit.
Missy. Nice.
Yeah, we'll have to dive into that sometime. I know you had it downloaded and then got rid of it because we never played it, and then as soon as you got rid of it, I started playing.
Yeah, like the it's either like the same day or the day after.
Oh, fuck.
One of these days.
One of these days. All right, so you want to jump into our first topic here?
Oh, which one should we do first?
Aragami. Might as well.
Aragami. Yeah. Oh my God, this poor game.
So what's going?
And I'm looking. Let me
Oh.
see. Sally sent me the long list of shit that is going on.
Get my screen shared with you here. If you want to send me links or anything, I can pull it up, but
I'm not sure where she got this list. I think it's from their Discord. Just because of the way that it's done. I'm just sending you the fucking screenshot of it. Because it's the list is long. The list is fucking long. There are a lot of problems with Aragami, not just on console, which was where or Aragami 2 rather, where
I guess it's safe to share this, right? Like screen share it on the stream?
Yeah, there shouldn't be anything funky. Hold on, he didn't know my secrets.
Here, we'll just do this. We'll make it so the list is the only thing showing. How about that?
That works. So Aragami 2 launched today. And I was super excited because you guys know I'm a big stealth fan. I'm a big stealth boy, and I like the first one a lot. So I've been super excited for Aragami 2 for a long time. And then it dropped today. And oh my God. Sally was telling me when she was playing it on her Xbox, there was really bad screen tearing, and the fans were going nuts, which mine went nuts too. It sounded like my Xbox was about to fucking take off of the desk. Like I thought it was just going to shoot through the roof and just fuck off somewhere. But just there's just such a long list of bugs and problems and shit. I was going to play through it today on my stream, but hearing my Xbox, over there in the corner screaming, I was like, oh, I'm not putting you through that. If you're the PS4, maybe. I don't care about
maybe.
PS4
we'll
much.
expose that to a little bit of wear and
I
tear.
don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind. That thing's just, I don't care. Like the Wi-Fi adapter in my PS4 fried some time ago. I don't even know. It's like the thing's running on gum toothpicks.
So, okay, so I never really played the first. I played the first Origami for like the first level because you were like, dude, here's the new speed run for you. And then I don't even remember. Like I don't even remember why I stopped doing it. I would like to go back and visit it because I want to, you know, how I am. Every game I ever touch, I want to speed run. But I don't have any real concept of what the game's supposed to be about.
The story behind the first Origami is you are the Aragami. That's the main character. That's his name. That's what he is. He's a spirit that's been summoned back from the dead. As you go through, you find out the girl that some spoilers, by the way, for anybody who cares, which Origami's like 5 years old. Stop it. You find out that the girl that summoned you is actually this ancient evil that in the past life you and your group of like super ninjas fought and went to defeat. But you wound up dying in that fight.
Okay.
And then she uses you to kill the people that were, you know, your closest allies and friends.
Okay.
So that's the basic story of it.
Okay, it sounds like a pretty interesting storyline.
Yeah. It doesn't get deeper than that.
All right, Q just dropped in, redeemed drinks and beer, and said both of y'all drink.
Oh, can I just take a rip off it?
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's the comparable. That's your.
That would probably have better benefits for me right now after the day I've
had. I believe it. All right, so the second one drops today, and I knew you were excited about it, but I mean, this list is pretty extensive. It does look like they're being responsive to it, so we'll just run down through it real quick. So, player stuck in vault loop when vaulting just after grabbing a body. I feel like, especially for people like me, that's an easy one to come across, like, because I'm constantly doing too much shit at once. Parry failing the trigger while staggered or blocking enemy attacks.
I ran into that one.
Okay, so, well, failing the trigger while staggered, I guess that makes, but it being while staggered makes sense. I don't know if that's...
while staggered?
Yeah, that one.
I think the parry one is a weird one to me, because I did play the game for about 30 minutes this morning, because I was like, fucking Origami 2, I want to play it. But what I will say before we absolutely have to shit all over this poor game, the potential that's there is fucking staggering. Like, it's incredible. Once this game is patched up and good to go, I would put this up there with, you know, some of the, you know, highest, most beloved stealth games of all time, like Chaos Theory. I've seen people comparing it to Chaos Theory already.
I mean, looking at this gameplay in this video review here, I wasn't paying attention to what site it is, but it looks great. Like, it looks...
Bro, this game's it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it looks really high quality. Up. Like, the first one, it's a pretty small... Who makes it? I don't even know who makes it.
Linceworks.
Yeah, I don't even know who that...
Linceworks makes it.
I'm not even sure who that company is, honestly.
They're the people who made Aragami 1.
Well, thanks, brother. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm glad they got to keep their IP. I'm glad they got to hold on to it. Oh, it's an IGN review. I'm sure it's fucking... Yeah. Okay, whatever. But anyway, I mean, it does look great. The gameplay looks fun. And it's huge stealth. I know you're all about that. So, I mean, it actually looks like something I might want to play casually.
I think it'll be the kind of game that'll be great for people who might not necessarily be, you know, big stealth heads like me and Sally. It'll be great for people who maybe want something a little more casual, that they can maybe run around and there's the game working as intended, I'm sure. You know, it'll be great for people who aren't necessarily so stealth minded, I think.
Yeah, I got you.
But I'm just worried about frying my console.
Yeah, that's a big... Well, there's been a couple games, too, that have been really poorly optimized and have just fucking, like, rolled through... Shit. Is it not playing any of the fucking alerts? It's not! Yeah. Brogan coming in with the big raid. Guys, if you don't already, please go show Clearly Brogan some love. All the love you show us on a day-to-day basis. Why are my alerts broken? We'll fix that later, I guess.
No.
Bro,
Brogan, I feel like I just saw you.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome on in. If you don't know us, I am CloudedRage. Across from me in this call right now is my good friend Voxgizer. We're
I am actually just a GIF.
Yeah, he's just a GIF. He actually doesn't exist. This is an AI that I programmed to annoy the fuck out of me. So
Working well, sir.
But day to day, Vox is a variety streamer / speedrunner. I am a primarily focused speedrunner that plays some janky shit, and we've been doing this talk show for a little bit called The Voices in Your Head. So welcome on in, everybody, if you're new to the entire ordeal here.
Amazing. We've been doing this show for like 4 months, and we've done all of 6 episodes. It's amazing how much you can cram into a weekly show, boys and girls.
Yeah. It's really impressive. It's really, yeah. So, yeah, but I mean, so what we're talking about right now is Aragami 2 came out today. Vox is a big stealth guy. He's been looking forward to the game for a long time, and it's basically turned into, there's a lot of potential there, but the game itself is not exactly holding up on its end. It's looking pretty rough on the back end, but it does look like they have what? I mean, this is a pretty long list, but you figure there's probably about, 30 issues here, and about half of them are like, they're ready for patch or they're researching it, and then there's new features. So I guess these aren't even all issues, right? Wait. So new feature in next patch, player will be able to pause the game when playing single player. What a fucking feature, bro!
Yeah.
Holy shit! How do you fucking miss that? What? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I tried it out myself just to see.
Whoa.
I tried it out myself just to see if it was bullshit, and
no,
it's not.
You are
can't
fucking
pause the game in single player.
Welcome to your eternal hell, where all you do is have to play Aragami nonstop. You can't quit. No, what the fuck? Their QA department is still. They're fucking. They're just constantly drunk. They just missed that one. Holy shit.
Could be.
That is
No, it is not Cyberpunk 2077. I don't know. Maybe did Cyberpunk brick anybody's console?
I think that was
sound like a jet engine.
Now, I think that did happen. I don't know if that was one that bricked. I'm trying to think of the last game that was bricking people's console. Like, there was something that happened in one game where if you got a specific glitch, it just bricked your fucking console. I can't remember what game it is. I don't think it bricked anything. People got fucked off because they paid all this money for this game, and it was very clear that they hadn't actually play tested it on everything they were releasing it on.
Yeah. See, that brings me to one of the points I really wanted to make about Aragami. Now that I've got more experience on both sides of it, I got a lot of insight when it came to, the porting process or the development for consoles when we released Rava on consoles. I personally tested those versions. The thing was, I tested them on PC. And so did everybody else.
So they were basically
that's the thing.
Emulated versions of the console games, essentially.
Yeah, and then we released it, and it hit Switch, and Switch actually performs better than the PC version. So if you want the optimal speedrun version, it'll probably be that.
That's great.
Because there are like micro stutters that you probably don't notice in Rava if you play it on PC.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, because you're the fucking world record holder, bro. You're so optimized.
But the Switch version is smooth as butter. It's probably the best version of the game.
Huh.
Then you have the PlayStation version, the PlayStation 4 version on a base PS4, not a Pro or PS5 or whatever. It has some performance issues. It'll hitch every once in a while, but on the Pro and the PS5, it runs perfectly fine.
Okay.
Then you get to the Xbox version, and you have people who can't get past the language screen because there's some bug where it just won't let them select language no matter what they do. And then they have to restart the Xbox. Like, you hold the little Xbox icon and you go, oh yeah, restart console. You do that, and then you can get past it. And then when you do, I personally didn't have that problem, but a lot of people have. Then you get to the point where you're playing the game and there are massive stutters on the Xbox. And I don't know what the performance is like on the series because I don't know anyone who's got one that would also play it. But it's like, it's like Switch, PS4, or Switch, PlayStation, then Xbox. And the things that the problems that users have been encountering is stuff that nobody saw during testing.
Well, that's one thing, and that's one
And
thing that
I
a lot of
think-
people like. A lot of people don't take into account. There's no way to test for absolutely fucking every scenario. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
Like, what you're gonna test for is, I mean, what you're like. You're never gonna be able to weed everything out. It's just not gonna happen. Now, something like pausing the fucking game should happen. That should be weeded out pretty quickly. But like, there's just gonna be scenarios where it just you didn't account for it, or something happened, and when you compiled it, you got fucked. There's a lot of factors.
Yeah, and I think there might be some of that going on with Aragami too, which I don't know if you saw my tweet earlier this morning when I was talking about it. Let me see if I can bring it up, but
You're gonna test for bugs, STDs, and glitches. You got to screen for them all.
basically,
Does this game have a fucking? Can this game pause? And does it have herpes? Those are our 2 checks. We're curious about. Gonorrhea for
No,
herpelitis? No check mark there. Okay, we're good. We're good.
nah, okay, we're good. That one's got the double exclamation points. It's coming in.
Holy fuck.
But the tweet that I put out this morning, because I had intended to spend all day playing Aragami 2. I wanted to fucking mainline this bitch from start to finish in one sitting. I don't do that for anything.
Yeah.
Except Aragami and Splinter Cell. So, but the tweet that I put out says, so Aragami 2, we were going to take it on today, but after seeing the long list of launch bugs and having my own Xbox sound like it's trying to achieve flight, I'm going to wait until there's a patch. I'm sending hopeful vibes to the devs that they aren't torn apart for this. And followed it up with, no dev wants to release a game and have it start like this, which is true.
Yeah, 100%.
No developer ever wants to have something like
No.
this happen.
Well-
They say maybe it ran flawlessly during in-house testing for console. This, and I added in, Rava did, and look at what happened when that dropped.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, be nice to the devs, because they probably wouldn't have put this out when it's like this.
Well, and a lot of times you get a lot of pressure from people that are the money spenders. Like that's what people like. That was the one case where I couldn't defend Cyberpunk 2077 was because they were also the publishing company. Like, not only were they a development company, but they were also the publishing company. It's not like it was being published by somebody who was like a giant, like it was them. They were the giant, yeah. But you also have that situation where I've worked with a ton of people where the sales guy's like, oh yeah, we can absolutely do that. And then the customer gets the product and they're like, well, the sales guy told me. I said, yeah, he fucking sold you on something that doesn't actually exist. And now you already have the contract and I can't help you. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
that
He's
happens.
a salesman. It's his job to blow smoke up your ass.
Yes. That happened a lot.
I could believe it. Yeah. So as far as Aragami 2 goes, I'm excited for it. Like, to the point that I still want to play it. Even in the face of potentially frying the fans in my Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, I still really want to play it, or even like just buy it on Steam. Even though I doubt the PC version's faring much better.
Yeah.
But like, I want to play it so badly, but at the same time, it's like, just fucking wait.
Yeah.
for
I mean,
it.
that's like Jared said, like Spider-Man was causing crashes and then corrupting storage tables on brand new PS5s, which you already had to struggle to get a fucking PS5. And then I guess it didn't catch much heat because he's right. There's still people that can't get a PS5, which pissed me off the other day when they're like, oh, hey, by the way, the new version's coming. It's like, no, fuck you, dude. Make the current version so people can buy the fucking thing. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand. Like, I know for the longest time when I was searching for an Xbox last year, so Sally and I could do our, Splinter Cell ass grabbing game. We like, I looked for like 4 months and could not find one. Like, I was checking GameStop stocks daily. I was checking, Target near my house.
Yep.
When I was at work, I would park in parking lots that had a GameStop or a Target or a Walmart, and I'd go in like if I had time. Oh man, the time when I was at work and I had time to actually relax. And I was on the fucking hunt for one until I just happened by chance to walk into a GameStop I used to go to all the time, and one of the guys I know, I'm like, hey man, do you guys have any Xbox Ones? And he's like, yeah, I got a One X, like one. I was like, fucking, I'll take it.
It's like stumbling across a gold mine. Like
yeah.
A lot of people were selling their Xbox Ones and their PS4s because even though, like, yeah, the PS5's out and everybody's after the Series X, like, people are still selling their last-gen consoles for, like, $300 fucking dollars because they were rare to get a hold of.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because from what I understand is that the scalpers have fucked up everything so badly with the current gen of consoles that Sony and Microsoft actually had to pull their entire production line of the last gen to try to keep up production. Apparently that didn't work out for Sony. I don't know how Microsoft's doing because I don't care.
Well, there was also a giant problem with Microsoft where their naming convention's so fucking confusing. People were rushing out and buying the last generation of consoles thinking they got their hands on that new version for their kids and shit. Because their little Timmy's in the corner crying because he wants a fucking Xbox Series X, and mom comes home with a fucking first generation Xbox One. It's like, wait a second. No, hold on. Oh, wait a second. You fucked up, mom. You fucked up. Wait,
Can you imagine Grandma walking in with like a fucking Xbox 360, the arcade edition that didn't come with a hard drive, came with a 256 megabyte memory card.
Thanks, I can store nothing. I can fucking fit one save game on here, but I can't fucking load any games onto the bitch.
I make fun of the arcade one because that was the one that I got initially.
I do know.
And then I played Skate for hours and hours a day.
I went through so many Xbox 360s. Like I didn't even get to, like, the red ring of death on. I got that E76 error or whatever the fuck that was supposedly worse than the red ring of death. Because, like, the red ring of death was like you had, like, some solder points had melted and you could repair that. Like the E76 error was like it was completely fucking just. It was screwed. It was done. Yeah. Hurry, 93 in the motherfucking How you doing, brother?
Try to go with you.
Yeah, it was fucking me up though. It was like hearing my own fucking voice in my ears, Vox. I got brain jammed. You fucking asshole.
I do my best to do my worst.
Oh, he really does. He really does.
So I guess the long and short of it is, Aragami 2 will be worth your time in the future. If you like stealth games, absolutely. Because I want to praise the shit out of this game from what I've played so far, because the movement, I will say it's got a slight bit of jank, and I don't know if that's because the performance is kind of weird or whatever right now, but the improvements to moving through the environment and interacting with the environment are way better than the first game. Like the first game, it's like, oh, we'll just shadow jump over to this and over here in this corner, and like it's fine. But in this one, it's like you shadow jump and then you jump up to this ledge, and you can actually shimmy across the ledge and pull people over. It's like
they've added a lot of
Japan.
Yeah, that's some additional mechanics. Because I remember like playing the first one, like what I got through. I mean, it was pretty basic. It's pretty bare bones. And I know the speedrun takes advantage of a lot of that stuff, but
so the second one is insane.
It'll be interesting. I mean, it does look.
Hi everyone. I'm
Gina. That's loud. Yeah, it looks pretty sick. Like it looks like a solid. Like the art style's great. The gameplay that they show off looks good. The movement looks good. It looks like you can get around pretty quick, or you can get around slow. It's up to you. It definitely looks like an entertaining game.
The combat system, this one actually has a combat system. Like I'm so impressed with what they've done, and I can't wait for something a little safer and more stable when it comes to Aragami 2. Like that tweet of mine that I was talking about earlier, fucking the guy who founded Lensworks liked it.
Oh shit.
I was like, Jesus, I must be the only person in the world right now trying to make sure hoping that you guys aren't getting absolutely fucking gutted.
Hoping you're not going insane. Being a dev is a tough life, man. It's very rarely win-win, because you can't please everybody when it comes to any, especially a sequel. Like, it's so hard to please everybody, and the fucking second anything's screwed up, you're like, they want you, they're pitchforks and fucking torches in front of your house. It's brutal.
Yeah, and this game is such a huge step up from the first one. It's in my eyes, this is going to be like my relationship with the Stick series, where I love the first one, but if I have to choose between the first one and the second one, I'm gonna play the second one.
Yeah.
It's just better mechanically, it's better visually, it's got a better gameplay feel, it's just better in general.
Yeah, for sure.
And from the little bit I've played, Aragami 2 is absolutely leagues ahead of the original. They you can tell they didn't just sit on their asses for the last 5 years. They
Yeah.
actually put serious work in and drew from all the right inspirations.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see where they end up with it.
Yep.
Just started Deathloop. I watched a little bit of Deathloop streams yesterday because I am kind of interested in it. It's like it almost looks like it's Dishonored kind of mixed with BioShock is what it feels like.
Basically. Same devs as Dishonored.
Yeah, it was the Dishonored devs. Yeah, I thought so. I mean, the style of it looks really great. I've seen people playing it on PC. I don't feel like it was that brutal, but the people that are streaming it, I think it was part of like here, promote our game because you're a giant fucking Twitch streamer. I'm sure they're running it on some NASA Enterprise fucking build. So
Probably.
yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games where it seems really interesting to me. I wouldn't mind checking it out. I have too much other shit that I'm trying to play right now, and not enough time to play any of the stuff that I already have. So, yeah, but I'm definitely interested in it. It looks like a good time. It looks like one of those shooters where I could have a really good time with it for a period of time and then get bored with it because of my attention span's the size of a gnat's attention span. But that doesn't detract from the game at all.
Yeah.
People with RTX 3090 has big problems with that game. Really? I wonder. I mean, that happens from time to time, depending on the driver and shit.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye. Basically, I've been keeping an eye on it through Civvy 11's Twitter feed because he's been trying to play.
Oh,
yep. And right before we started, he put out a tweet that apparently like the game crashed right before he was about to exit the level and just lost all his progress, and he was pissed, dude.
I mean, it seems like it's got a huge personality to it. The style of it, like the art direction of it. I mean, whenever we saw the reveal trailers for it and stuff during all the PlayStation events, it looks like a goddamn good time. But it's hard to play this type of game for me on a console. So if it's having troubles on PC, it'll probably be another just kind of wait and see what happens and pick it up eventually.
Steam Summer Sale.
Yep, exactly.
It sounds like a really cool concept.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's
Oh, there's your problem. Bethesda.
Yeah, exactly. That's your main number one issue. Bethesda worked on it, so yeah, you're fucked.
I'll stop picking on Bethesda someday. I'll stop picking on Bethesda when they stop re-releasing Skyrim.
Yes. Oh, people are really getting tired of this re-releasing shit. Fucking the GTA 5 release for the new gen of consoles is absolutely getting shredded. Like, people are fucking pissed that it came out again.
Well, bro, it's been like 10 years.
And I get it, like, and everybody buys it on every fucking generation, so I don't know what you're bitching about. Stop buying it then, fuckers.
That's true.
Like, you own it on every goddamn platform it's ever been released on, so maybe if you stopped doing that, they would stop releasing it, and you would stop having to bitch about it.
Yeah, when the game's that big, and those, what are they, shark cards for the in-game cash?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, when you guys keep buying these re-releases on the new gens, and you have an install base that big with that many people spending that much money all the time, no, we're not going to make something new. Fuck you. We're going to keep this cash cow going until it keels over dead.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane to me. Yeah, like, they're trying to defend themselves. I know everybody, they said about GTA 6, and we've had this conversation before where they've said, basically GTA 6 is a fucking glimmer in somebody's eye right now because the lead on that probably isn't even born yet. I think that that statement, along with the fact that they postponed it and re-released it, like they're re-releasing it and postponed the re-release, people are just fucking furious about it. But then once again, okay, dude, stop fucking playing it. If you're that fucking mad about it, stop fucking playing it and bide your time until the next game comes out, or wait for the remakes of 3 Vice City and San Andreas, which I'm stoked for. I think that's going to be great, but I haven't been cucking for Rockstar over GTA 5 for the past 8 fucking years.
Yeah.
Like,
I hope they do something someday so that the combat system in GTA is an absolute dog
Oh, yeah.
ball sacks.
Yeah. Let's see here. Top.
It's always been bad though. Since from 3 onwards, it's just been the shittiest combat.
Yeah, the best video games, Metacritic. I'm trying to find. There was a list that I found. It was like the top 50 games of all time or something like that, according to critics. And like 6 of the top 10 were GTA 5. Like,
it's fucking stupid.
Like that. Those were the 6 most. I think it was like top. They was doing like total gross sales, and it was like 6 of the top 10 were fucking GTA 5. It does it. I like. It's insanity. Well, Shell Hell in the building. What's going on, Shell? How are you today? Vamps coming through. Yeah, I'm not mad about them remastering 3 Vice City and San Andreas. I've been wanting that for a long time. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it.
Those games should get it.
Yeah.
Like that was a pretty pivotal trilogy back in the day.
Yeah, that's what made all of the GTA shit possible. Like everybody. Like, I've gone back and I've played GTA 1 and GTA 2. I fucking hate top-down. It's impossible to drive. It's impossible to do. Like, the game, like, the gunfighting and shit isn't bad, but it's a game about Grand Theft Auto, and the driving is absolutely fucking atrocious. I could never get that down.
Yeah. I think I'm just, as far as the remasters for 3 Vice City and San Andreas go, I remember back when GTA 3 was being ported to Xbox and reading in a magazine that one of the big super cool things they were doing was they were giving Fido fucking 5 digits on his hand, whatever the fuck his name is, Clark or Ken or whatever fucking leather vest man's name is. I don't remember. Cloud?
No, what the fuck was his name?
I thought it was Cloud.
No, what the fuck was his name? I can't think of it now.
GTA. I know that one woman called him Fido.
GTA 3 main. The fuck was his name? Because now I gotta think about his Tommy Vercetti. Cloud. Yeah, you're right. Okay. I actually don't know that I ever knew that. I actually don't know that I ever actually knew what his name was.
I didn't. I thought. I don't know. I don't know where I picked it up, but I remember when I first heard it, I was like, "No, that's just got to be some made up dumb shit."
Yeah, it's CLAUDE.
That's a stupid name for this guy.
It doesn't really make any sense. Jones. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It sounds like he's way more sophisticated than what he fucking actually was. Some asshole in a leather vest.
Fucking Cloud just rolls up in the taxi, hops out, looks at a hooker and says, "Hello, my name's Cloud." Fucking brains her with a baseball bat and then just gets back in and drives off.
That silent motherfucker.
Stop from your friend Cloud. It's like, all right. Cloud, go home.
Yep, fucking done with you. I just can't wait to make, what's his face, or CJ fat and a remastered San Andreas. That was always my favorite. I would just eat as much shit as I could and run around tubby as shit.
Yeah, me too. I had to make it true to life.
Yeah. Yo, Cryptic Metaphor coming in. Brother, what's going on? How are you doing? What was our next topic? Oh God. Okay.
Either aliens or
let's talk
Lucius.
talk about aliens.
Yeah, I think we should leave Lucius for last. That way you can segue into any runs you've got planned.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, brother, you've been on the Aliens Fireteam Elite kick. What do you think about it?
Shit is it's digital cocaine. It's so good. I'm loving it a lot. I used to play a shit ton of World War Z.
Okay.
And this is basically World War Z in the Aliens universe.
Okay, that's super
main difference is you only have a 3-person party instead of 4-person like in World War Z. But,
okay.
Dude, it's a love letter to the Aliens franchise and fans.
Yeah, which I'm all about. I mean, that sounds fucking great. Like I said, I'm gonna wait and see how shit plays out and probably pick it up. But something's good whenever Vox messages you and he wants you to get it so he can actually play co-op for once in his life.
Yeah,
he's into it then.
Like there's just so much cool shit in there. Like the smart gun from Aliens that just automatically targets whatever's moving. You get one.
Yeah, see, that's
cool. One of the Demolisher class gets one, and it actually does. it actually does fucking do aiming for you. So you fucking hold the right mouse button and your dude picks up the gun and you see this little reticle that kind of snaps within, within a certain amount. It's not crazy. Like
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
not
looking
like
straight ahead, it's not
aimbot.
going to target something above you.
Yeah, okay.
No.
That's follow you.
But it's, you can just fucking you can sit a demolisher at one corner facing one hallway, and it's like, all right, Jimmy, cover that hallway, and then they can send like 30 Xenos and Jimmy's just over there. And that's all you hear for about 30 seconds, and then he goes quiet. It's like, you good? It's like, yeah, they're all dead.
I mean, it does look
And so is
dope.
everything in a 12-mile radius.
It looks dope. Like, it looks like a good time. Now, I've never been one super necessarily for like the co-op shoot 'em ups. Like, it's just never been my thing. But this is one. This is one he does. He has been messaging. Look at everybody. This is one of the like the few times where I'm like, okay, I could see myself playing that, because Back 4 Blood to me was boring as fuck. We tried the beta. I was super not into it. I had no interest in it. The campaigns were super, like, there was just so many things that I was not about with Back 4 Blood, and I definitely don't see myself picking it up unless it's like down the line where like it's like Left 4 Dead. You can get it for nothing on the dollar and just snag it. This one,
I think I'm in the same boat for Back 4 Blood, unfortunately.
And that's going to be what, full $60. This is what, 40 brand new, unless you buy like the Elite package or whatever. So it basically comes at a discount, and the quality of it seems really good. I'm sure that there's things that you need to work out on it, but I'm definitely interested in it. And I love the Alien franchise a lot. I just watched them again recently because I haven't seen them in years. But running Alien Isolation wanted me to play it. Or wanted me to watch it. But yeah, dude, I feel like this could be the one that like I could put some time into actually playing co-op campaigns on this.
It's a lot of fun. The campaigns don't. Well, the campaigns can run about an hour.
Okay.
But each campaign has 3 chapters in it, and they can range from like 20 to 25 minutes each.
Okay.
Like I think it was last night. I was playing with Poseidon.
Yes. Yep.
We went through like the first 2. We went through the first 2 missions, and it was a lot of fun. We had Casey join us. It was cool. You can just customize your character to look ridiculous. Casey's character actually looked like Keo.
Okay.
Like it I don't know what he did, but it actually looked like Keo, and it kind of worried me a little bit. But it shares a lot of similarities with World War Z, like all in the best way. The main thing I think might be a problem for some people right now, though, is that I'm not sure what there is after you finish all the campaigns. I know there's a horde mode you can unlock. There's another class you can unlock. But I don't think there's much aside from the base 3 campaigns that you get than the horde mode.
Okay.
Which
So
I could see definitely being a little lacking in content, but the way this game's doing, I'm not worried about.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll bring
whether
some
or not
content through.
Yeah, I'm not worried about whether or not they'll be able to, because with this game selling like hotcakes, at least I feel like it is, I don't think they're going to have any problem whatsoever. Being able to afford more content.
I just bought it.
I saw the trailer. I was like, well, that looks pretty. I just bought it, so we'll have to play it.
So see, now what you can do is you can play the Demolisher with the smart gun or a flamethrower. The flamethrower is disgusting in this game, dude. Oh my god. I was playing on my own. When you play on your own, you get bots, thankfully.
Okay. So there is at least some assistance,
yeah. And say we go in and just like what Poseidon and I did, we started just the 2 of us with the private game because I don't have time for randoms and their stupid shit, not knowing what the fuck they're doing. I really don't like playing co-op with people most of the time.
That's a rarity.
I'm super picky about who I play with.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like me, him, and then either Alpha or Beta, one of the synthetics that will roll out with you.
Okay.
And they're passable. Like they get a regular rifle, and that's pretty much it. They can heal themselves if need be.
So it's not one of those situations where you just fucking kill them because they're just going to get in your way. Like as soon as you start to level and run on. Okay. That's good, because that was always a problem with Left 4 Dead. It was like, no, I'm just going to fucking kill you because you're going to steal my shit or do something stupid or...
No, they stay completely out of the way. Like they don't pick up med kits. They don't touch anything.
Okay.
The AI, the AI is purely there to fill a slot and help you shoot things.
Okay.
Like that's it. That's all they do.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. I could get down with that.
Yeah. And I like that it is what it is in comparison to World War Z. Like it's not a bad thing at all. Because in my position as someone who plays healers a lot and medics, it actually overlaps perfectly because playing a medic in this, or Doc as he's called in this one, is exactly the same as playing a medic in World War Z.
Okay.
Which made it instantly transferable for me. And I'm assuming it's the same for the other classes. Maybe. I don't know because I never really played the other classes in World War Z. But I think the classes are better fleshed out in this one.
I think I only played World War Z one time, and I only made it like maybe halfway through the first level. It was I think it came with games for or whatever it was, the Xbox Games Pass. I think it has World War Z free in it, maybe, or I think Epic Games I think had it for free one time.
Epic has it for free. Yeah, that's how I got it. Was Epic.
So I tried it out a little bit. I definitely could see myself maybe chilling one day and play it. But it was not something like I wasn't like, oh fuck, I can't wait. It was something like, okay, I could see myself enjoying my time with this. What we just watched as part of that Elite launch trailer for the Aliens Fireteam, I bought it. We'll see what happens, but I'm about it.
Oh, it's a good thing you bought it because I was going to buy it for you. Anyway.
Yeah, Vox messaged me. I was like, brother, I'm going to figure out some bills and shit. I'm going to make sure, I am a weird about money. It's just the way that I am. I spend money on dumb shit, but anytime like game purchases come, it takes a lot to convince me to buy a game. And every time I tell Vox, and he's like, well, dude. I was like, no, bro. I'm not fucking letting you buy it for me, because then I'm going to be guilted into fucking playing it, bro. I don't want to be guilted.
No, there's no guilt. I just want you to have it that way in case you feel like playing it. You can tell me.
Get out of here. Yeah, I had to do it just to prevent your ass.
Like I was like, or it was funny because before we started talking about getting the show running, I was like checking my PayPal account. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, let me just
yeah, I'm the same way. I'll do all these dumb little purchases and not think twice about them. And it's like, okay, go to the gas station. I'll run in, get a couple drinks, get a snack or something like that. That I don't like. And it's like, I'm not weird.
I'll roll into the gas station and spend $25 on snacks.
Oh yeah, twice. Not at all. And then it's like,
it's not even like lunch at work where I'm like, oh shit, I spent $10 on lunch today.
Yeah. I'm weird about like the things I'm weird about spending money on makes no sense because what I do spend money on is shit. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, my gaming thirst has been on and off lately. It's been. It's either like I got a little bit into Guild Wars 2, and when I like think about playing it and I play it, I'm super about it. And then once I'm done playing it, I could not touch it for a month, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's that for right now. And then I was all about the PS5 when I first got it, and I was playing through like Assassin's Creed and shit. And then I got bored one day, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start learning runs, and I'm gonna start doing this again. And my gaming mentality is so fucking sporadic; it's impossible to keep me on like one track, one path.
Yep, the same way. Dude, like when Avengers got the Black Panther patch a couple weeks ago, like 2 days straight, I was fucking running around in Avengers, loving Black Panther. He's fucking amazing.
Okay, yeah.
And then, like, I just kind of wound up doing something else, and then I haven't touched it since.
Yep, sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
That's not fair. You're always focused on Siege Valorant.
See, I love Siege. I think about playing it all the time and don't. I really want to get back into Valorant. Think about playing it all the time. Don't. Really want to fucking get better at Tekken. Think about playing it all the time. Don't. I think about playing games more than I actually play fucking games. Like, that's... Like, same. I'm like, oh, I could do Demon Souls today. I was like, well, And then I was playing Splitgate there for a minute. I was like, man, I fucking love Splitgate. Yeah. Splitgate's fucking awesome. Good. And then, nah, I played it the first, I was like, I can see myself no, I can't, because I don't touch it. Instead, I fucking play Lucius. That's what my life has become. But, like, I really need to get better about, like, I need to have, like, a better viewpoint on gaming, because it's supposed to be, like, I spend more time thinking about, like, well, I could play this, but then I'm not getting this time in on this game. And then I re-downloaded and installed fucking Escape from Tarkov today, because I was watching a Tarkov streamer, and I was like, I really want to get back into this, but I know it's going to piss me off. Like, it's constant. So, I don't know.
Oh, that's like, I need to redo my save for Splinter Cell Blacklist on the Xbox.
Yep.
Because, like, a couple months back, after I'd finished it for the Sneaky Boy list, I had to reset the console, and I guess that wiped my save for it.
Oh, shit.
Even though it didn't uninstall anything that I had installed, which was super fucking... I don't understand it. But, like, I need to redo my save so Sally and I can do the co-ops, and I'll, like, turn it on, and I'll play it for, like, 5 minutes, and I'll be like, I just fucking... And then, you know, I'll be like, I gotta do this because I want to play more Splinter Cell. You know, got to co-op with Sally. Gonna do this. Is gonna be really cool. And then 5 minutes later, I'm over here playing fucking Aliens, going, Alien went pop. And then 6 hours has disappeared.
Oh, so actually, what we were just I just thought of this because I was looking at Aliens. You said about how much content's in it, likely going to be DLC. Did you hear the rumors that Resident Evil 3 remake's getting DLC now?
Is it the rest of the game?
That's legitimately I think, like, Steam database updated something. Activity on Steam database is making fans of Resident Evil 3 speculate whether a game update is coming to the survivor horror title. And a lot of, like, now of course it's all rumors, but a lot of what, like, people are saying is that since it was received so poorly, they're basically going to add DLC that brings a lot of the shit that was missing from the primary playthrough to, like, basically make amends. Now, I've seen places, I haven't read too much in this. I forgot about it, and I just started looking at it now.
Yeah.
But it's like remake game mode plus story update rumors. Recent discovery showed Capcom has been making some changes to the Resident Evil 3 remake page on Steam. This has led to the excitement that new content is being added. However, it may be entirely possible that the update is just something on the back end. But on the other hand, it can be possible that Capcom may be adding a new DLC to the remake. So they stated at the beginning that there was not going to be any updates for RE3 remake. They said there was not going to be any DLC, like, this is it, we're moving on, and that's going to be, we're done.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if they do add something, I would play through it again. Because, to be honest, I didn't mind it as a game. Yeah. Like, I strolled through it. I was entertained by it a little bit. It wasn't like I was like, oh, this is the best fucking remake of all time. Because, it was true to form of the original. But it still was missing. It
was short as fuck.
Yeah, it was short as fuck. It was missing, like, so much of the content that people that did enjoy RE3... all of the shit that was there was missing from the remake. Like, what you were out in the streets of Raccoon City for, like, 10 minutes. Like that, it was short as fuck, and there was possibilities, like, all of the puzzles that you were waiting to see return. Like, there was a possibility you could just miss, like, 6 of them in the streets of Raccoon City, and then you went inside and lost your opportunity to try them or see them or, you know, do any searching, because most of the time you were just running away from fuckhead. Like, so I almost hope that they basically restructure it to try to add a little bit more story to the game. I don't know how you would do that, really, because, like, whenever DLC comes out, it's like a separate entity. You can play the DLC or you can play this. It's usually not woven into the game, but
yeah,
it almost would be worth it. Like, people fucking hate that game.
I mean, I can, you know, we can look at Arkham City as a you know, blueprint for it, because when that game came out, if you didn't buy the extra DLC pass or whatever the fuck it was for Catwoman, you just couldn't play her sections.
Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah, nowadays, you know, the game's like fucking $20 for the Game of the Year edition, so
yeah, you get everything.
Okay, Smooth Brain, why the fuck would you buy the basic one? Because you're Smooth Brain. But but, you know, it's so I could see them being able to weave it in, because it's just what triggers what comes next and where that trigger leads.
Yeah. And
it's
I guess
stuff I learned from years of using RPG Maker is you can make the trigger do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, and I really guess, like, if they're gonna do it, like, I mean, people would be more than happy to play through it again with the campaign fixed. Like, I played it once. I didn't really feel the need to play it more than once. I thought about doing the run. The run was a little annoying to me, so I never really got too far into it. But I would 1,000,000% play through it again to see, you know, what they could actually bring back to it. Like, what were you left out? Like, did you actually listen to the people bitching and, you know, come back and provide what everybody wanted? Did you listen to your fans? Or are you still being fucking cucks? Which one is it?
I could answer that for you right now.
Yeah.
Sparrow, you're smooth as fuck, homie. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
Motherfucker is. He's smooth with that chef's knife, bro. He's fucking in there. Shit's like chef knives and dictionaries. That's like Sparrow could fucking drop some panties with both.
Yeah. I'd be a little worried about the knife part of it, but
okay, that did sound a little creepy. I didn't make that connection. Mostly meant, okay, maybe, I mean, he's a really good fucking cook. I didn't mean he was gonna like, okay. All right, thanks for pointing.
About them Lucius runs.
I didn't even make that connection. What a fucking idiot. Oh god. Okay.
Oh my god.
So yeah, but yeah, Fireteams, I'm gonna get it installed. Some people do like that. It is. I know of people that do like that. But anyway, so yeah, Fireteams, I'll install it tomorrow. I was gonna try and do it while we were doing this, but I'm afraid it's gonna cut my. I'm gonna drop a shit ton of frames, so I'm just not gonna fuck with that.
Probably that's not too then.
Yeah, but I'll install it. I'll install it hopefully tomorrow, and then maybe we'll play. Maybe I'll play some tomorrow evening. We'll see. We'll see what goes on with that.
I'm down. You know how to get me.
I'll be your huckleberry.
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Oh shit, Pink bopped you back down, bro.
Pink's being a fucking animal. So, yeah, man. That. Lucius runs. They've been going.
Shit, he didn't just.
Oh yeah, he fucking crushed it. So he finally sub 17'd it. That's fucking awesome. Okay, so yeah, if anybody is familiar with the channel, we did through the Lucius playthroughs a few months ago, and started off trying to learn the runs, and started with Lucius 1, which immediately made me drop all of the games because of how inconsistent Lucius was. But a few days ago, I just, for some reason, I think Vox actually kind of popped it back into my head. He kind of planted the seed at one point to start doing Lucius 2 runs. So picked those up. When did I? 6 days ago. I picked it up a week ago. Was when I picked up the Lucius 2 run. Pink 9 was the world record holder. I beat him. On that run, and then immediately thereafter on an offline run, he turned around and bopped the shit out of me. And it looks like Pink actually dropped it again today and got sub 17, which is fucking congratulations, buddy. But yeah, the Lucius runs have actually been a lot of fun, man. Lucius 2, I definitely enjoy that run a lot. It's super. There's a lot of bugs that can happen in it that can kind of just fuck you. But overall, like, it's a like a fast-paced run. Like, there's not a lot of downtime at all. And it was like you can't even interact with chat for 95% of it because you're just constantly going and timing things out and putting things here, and you got to have everything in the right place. But Lucius 2 is a phenomenal run. So originally when we got world record in that, we moved on to the Lucius D make, which has not been approved yet, but we did get world record in that by, I think, 40 seconds or 30 seconds. And that's with a 37-second time loss. That's with a death in the middle of the run. So I'm going to wait for that to be approved. I'm going to wait for Pink to probably roll through and snag that one back again. And then we'll start running that. But then yesterday...
approve it just to come back and 24 hours later and be like, here you go.
Yep. And then we started Lucius 3 yesterday. This might be the jankiest fucking run that would ever come across the channel. Like, it would be close between Lucius 1 and Lucius 3, if we do end up running Lucius 3. So, or I'm sorry, Lucius 1, and if we actually end up running Lucius 3. So what we were doing yesterday, the run in general is relatively straightforward. It's not super hard to pick up. except for one trick specifically.
I was going to say, what about that hotel?
Yeah. So it actually turns out that what I was running yesterday on stream, so the newest version of the game, which I guess they've only really patched one time, removed one of the abilities where you could basically use the crow. So the concept of the game is that you're Satan's child, and through the first two games is basically, the first game's you doing Satan's bidding and basically becoming Lucifer's son. The second game is you're in a psych ward, you break out, and it's you going against another one. Like, you're trying to bring your followers back from following a different son of Satan. So it's basically a duel between sons of Satan to become lead son of Satan. And this whole time you have this cop that's helping you out, because in the first game, the cop is trying to solve all the murders that you're causing. The second game, he basically comes to realize that he's a follower. And then in the third game, he is your helper. And in the third game, basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring about the end of the world. So you are going through and activating basically the four horsemen of the apocalypse and tearing the world as we know it down to the ground. So at the end of the game, the release patch that I actually ended up getting from Pink, because you can't really find it anywhere, he had it saved on his machine. You have to have the release version of the game, because one of the tricks at the very end, when you ride an elevator down to hell, you can crow in that elevator and fly through hell to avoid all of the casual run ways of getting there. So I did get the base version, the original, version of the game. So I'll be able to do that trick. But there is a trick that you basically abuse the crow mechanic a lot in that game, because the crow can fly fast as fuck. It can clip into buildings. It can do all this crazy shit. But there is a mission, I think it's level 4 or 5, where you have to use the crow to fly from the cop's house to a motel and get in before the textures load. The only way that Pink 9 has found to make it consistent is to restart his PC every time he does a new run. So
holy shit, is that what that was about?
Yes. So I was testing out a couple things yesterday where we turned into a crow during the loading scene and flew a good bit of the distance there, but you couldn't fly too far, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get into the motel before the texture fully loads. If you're too close to it, it gives it more time to load. So you have to stay a certain distance away and then fly over in a fast enough time so you have as much time in that kind of rogue texture state to try and clip through the motel to get in and then continue on. That's about halfway through the run. We tested a bunch of shit yesterday. I got it once or twice. I guess we got in 4 times, but I successfully did it once or twice. But yeah, Pink has found that the only way for him to consistently get it is to full-ass reboot his entire PC. We tried different resolutions. I tried different quality settings. I tried turning certain settings off and leaving them on. We tried capping the frame rate, tried unlocking the frame rate. We tried so much shit. I mean, that is one of the jankiest, most inconsistent mechanics. I was pissed about the beach ball. This is insane. To have to reboot, even in Lucius 1, you have to reset the game to do some of the tricks in Lucius 1 just to get those consistent. Yeah, you basically have to force close and launch the game. It's part of the run. Time counts against you as you're force closing until you can open it back up. That's a thing. But this one, if legitimately the only way to get it consistent is to reboot your PC, that's going to be a tough run to optimize. Jesus. Yo, Slander, what's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Slandy, man.
But yeah, overall, it's a really fun run, and I'd like to try and get, the people that run it are super into it. This was what we were talking about last night. Doing these types of runs, because it used to be, you ran competitively. Whenever I ran Resident Evil 2 Classic, there was a giant leaderboard on it, and you were constantly, had to be consistent, you had to keep up with it. Fractions of seconds, frames count, all that shit. And it gets really competitive, and those bigger boards tend to bring in more assholes. Now, you can get assholes on small boards, too, but honestly, a lot of the small boards that we run, we end up making friends off of all the small boards, because, Like whenever Cromish accepted my Lucius 2 run and then followed me immediately on Twitch, and he's been in the stream since then. We've been bullshitting. Pink9, we talked. He like messaged me on Twitch, was like, "Hey man, congrats on the run. If you have any questions about 3 and D-Make, let me know." And he's been around and we've been interacting. But I like small communities because that's kind of how you get friends in that kind of, like in the speedrunning environment. And then also people aren't assholes.
Yeah. I'd say that's how I met Sterling Mallory. Was when I was modding for RE1.
Oh, okay.
And his run came through. His run came through, and it was... I don't know how to put it delicately. It wasn't up to the quality standards that we wanted. So I had to reject it. I was the one that got the run. And,
okay.
Wound up sending him a message like, "Hey man, here's what's wrong. Here's why it's being rejected." Because that's what you do as a moderator. When you reject a run, you put a reason. Unless it's someone you don't like, and then you just put because you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah. Reasonless cunting. You're cunty.
So I sent him a message, and I'm like, "Hey man, here's what's wrong. Like this is wrong. The audio's off," which God bless Gabe, because to this day, the poor guy still has audio issues on his stream. And just a couple other things, and then we just kept going back and forth in DMs, just talking about it, and then strats and stuff, and here we are.
Yeah.
A year or so later.
Yeah, that's always the best, dude. Like, being able to
marathons with me. I've commentated marathons for him.
Being able to establish relationships through that shit. I mean, that's what a lot we have. I mean, every small board I'm on, usually world record comes through within a couple runs. Like they are passionate about the game, they enjoy the game, they love the game, and they just enjoy watching it. So a lot of these small games, I went from running shit that was super popular to shit that I actually enjoyed, games that I loved. Whenever we played Lucius on stream, it became my favorite series that we ever played, and it was just a fucking blast.
Dude, that was so much fun.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot, until the speed run, there wasn't a lot of rage. I mean, there was rage in the game, but legitimately, we embraced the jank and just enjoyed the game for what it was. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard on stream playing those Lucius games. And they are total jank. They're done by a very small studio named Shiver Games. And it's Lucius. The Lucius series are the only games that they've ever made. They're an independent developer from Helsinki, Finland. They were founded in 2010, and the last time they released the game was they released Lucius 1 in October of 2012. Sequel was released in February 2015. D-Make was made in 2016, and then Lucius 3 came out in 2018. And I really hope they make I really hope they do something again, because it was just a fucking blast to play those games.
Yeah, I will forever love and remember the the fire hydrant incident.
Oh god, dude, it was one of the best. That's a lot of people enjoy that clip just because it was a goddamn good time.
It was.
But for anybody,
that's an awfully short entrance for Willie.
Yeah, he does that every once in a while. He doesn't want to come in the fanfare. So this is actually we'll make this big. This is actually a clip from the clip that we're talking about. So you basically fly as a crow from the house to motel as fast as you can, and you can see none of the textures are loading. And you dive bomb into this hotel roof and headbutt it until you get through. That run, for some reason, the game was lagging as it was loading all the textures. I don't know if that's part of it. There's no way. I have no idea how to make this consistent. But honestly, I had a ton of fun just fucking trying to make it consistent last night. And that's another thing you get with small games and small communities, is you get the chance, whenever you run Resident Evil 2 Classic, you're probably not going to find anything new in the route.
No.
The amount of people that have been running it for as long as they've been running it, and you're probably not going to find anything new in the route. With these games, you have the opportunity. Yeah, yes, the level of optimization is fucking insane. But with these small games, whenever Vox and I ran Wanted, that game was not very optimized. And Vox and I got to go through, optimize shit, and we became friends with Kuno, Dimitris, and I don't know, that type of run is probably been my favorite type of run so far. Small enough, there's an established run, you can kind of go back and forth with somebody on it, and then you end up becoming super devoted to the game and routing it and finding out all these little quips and all these little things, and that ends up sometimes being more fun than actually doing the run.
Yeah, because I really haven't run it since then.
No,
Like,
I haven't.
Even when I played it for my list recently, I was just kind of like, oh, it's nice to play it again. And at the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to run this again.
It's all
I'm having fun
questionable.
just playing it. It was good though. It was a lot of fun.
So what are your plans? I know you have your list. Are you planning on coming back to speedrunning more at any point?
Probably at some point. Right now, my main focus is just getting through the lists.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I'm on the Adventure Time list, which is the third one.
Okay.
And I started with Phantom Dust, which I know, shocker, I'm not surprised if nobody has any idea what the fuck that game is.
I don't think I've ever heard of Phantom Dust.
It was a budget title that came out on the original Xbox late in the system's life, developed by Sammy, I think it was, who you might recognize the name from arcades, because they did a lot of arcade style stuff.
Okay.
But they also had a good
So it's Phantom Dust.
We're not on Phantom Dust yet, or Heaven Dust yet. But the idea behind it is you're dropped into a little level, and you kind of build a deck to suit your play style.
Okay.
And then while you're in this arena fighting whatever it is you're fighting, your mana ticks up. You know, you can pick up aura particles that increase the amount of mana you have, and they're part of your deck. And basically, the stuff just respawns until you either your deck's empty or you win the fight.
Okay.
Or lose. There's not much to it. You know,
you can download it for
I
free
love the
on
game.
Xbox One and Windows 10 right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ah.
Yep. And dude, it's good. There's no run for it. There's not even a board for it. I thought about doing a run for it and claiming a board, but I don't even know how you'd route that game, because I don't know what triggers what as far as progression goes, because
Okay.
it's been 20 years
Yeah.
since I played it. I played the shit out of it. My brother and we played the shit out of it back when we were in high school. But it's a fun little game if you can, you know, kind of meet it on its terms, because there's some stuff that's a little funny. Like, I think you click the left button, the left stick to jump.
Okay.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah, that's a little
because
weird.
there's also a movement power you can pick up that's a jump as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's weird.
But there's different stuff like that, like close-up attacks. There's the Vorpal sword, I think, which they actually showed in that trailer where he got that, you know, white glow around him. He spun around and attacked the guy. Or, you know, they're defensive ones where you can pull up, you know, these rocks from the ground, or you can cover yourself in lasers that, you know, shield you from all angles. Or, you know, you can get movement powers that help you dash or levitate or whatever.
Okay.
You can get other ones that erase attacks, that you hit the guy and it erases one of his attacks. So if his deck is empty and you just erase all of his powers, well, he's fucked. He can't do anything now.
I mean, that's pretty interesting. There's some depth to that.
There's definitely depth to it.
That sounds actually pretty interesting.
And it runs amazingly. I love the music in it, because a lot of what the music is it's classical music, or Baroque music. So your stuff like Beethoven, Bach, Mozart. And what they did is they put this kind of melancholy techno kind of thing over it, or ambient electronica over it.
Okay.
So you get Moonlight Sonata, but it's just this even sadder version of Moonlight Sonata, where like even the instruments sound depressed.
I mean, I feel like Moonlight Sonata has become such a meme on my stream after running Resident Evil 1 that...
Well, yeah. Like each area has its own, you know, piece of each area in the hub has its own piece of classical music that's done really, really, really well.
Oh, that's interesting, man. Yeah,
love it.
Slander, Heaven Dust is fun. Whenever Heaven Dust 2 comes out, we'll probably... if somebody takes world record from me for Heaven Dust, I will go back to it. Whenever Heaven Dust 2 comes out, I will probably run that as well. So,
I still have to finish casually playing through Heaven Dust.
dude, I want you to run it. I want you to come onto the board. I want that.
I will. I will at some point. I want to get through these lists.
No,
I
I
might
get it.
actually skip the rest of Phantom Dust just because, despite the fact that I love it, it's one of those games that I find very hard to stream just because I don't feel like I'm as entertaining along with the game. Like I love the
got you,
game
yeah.
and I know it's good and it's entertaining me, but who the fuck knows what Phantom Dust is and why would they care?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's such a niche game.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
It's hard to do much except like talk it up and be like, oh yeah, I love this game. It's free.
Yeah, that was the blessing of Lucius, is that nobody knew what the fuck Lucius was, and it was just enough jank to be fucking hilarious. And the kind of game concept itself could be funny at times, especially if you're dark humor. Like a lot of the deaths, it's like they're fucking like in Lucius 2, whenever you kill the one chick and the other chick dives out the fucking window. Like,
oh my god,
like, it was crazy. It's crazy shit like that. But it ends up it basically did its own content for me. Like I didn't really have to do much because it was on its own just entertaining content.
No, yeah, see, and Phantom Dust doesn't lend itself well to that, I think.
yeah, that's a tough sell. That's a tough sell. We care because we care for
know.
Yeah, when you play a box, exactly.
Thank you, Slander. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's definitely one of those games that's kind of a hidden gem, but probably like FIFA isn't really something that anybody cares to see streamed.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, that's what was that? There was one game, like I love Resident Evil. I love the Resident Evil remake. I considered running it numerous times. I have a hard time. I have a hard time streaming that game. It's like, I don't know. Like running it's fun, playing it is fun, but streaming it, I feel like it's a boring watch. And there are people that do really well with streaming it. For me, I don't think I could actually make entertaining content with Resident Evil 1 remake.
Yeah.
And there's times
it doesn't have the same ridiculous charm as the original one.
Yes, exactly.
Where you have, this brightly lit mansion that's supposed to be very terrifying now. I mean, back in the day it was fucking horrifying. But now, and it doesn't have the same voice acting. It's too good.
Yeah, it really is just a good game.
It's too good.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing about streaming is you really don't know until you start. Like you play a game and you could play it casually and you're like, I really like this game. I actually really want to play it on stream. And then you play it on stream and you're like, I don't know how to stream this. Like this doesn't how does this I don't know how to translate this to stream. Like I've really been enjoying like whenever I do play Guild Wars, and there's times where I might as well just fucking go live and stream this. But I know that me being shitty at MMOs is not going to be entertaining content. Me being shitty at something else is entertaining content. Me being shitty at MMOs is not going to be high energy exciting at all. Vampy going in with the tier 1 sub. 3 months. What a legend you are, Vamps. What a legend.
She is. It's like, in comparison to that's like me thinking of it in Splinter Cell terms where, if I'm playing Blacklist, for example, I can rip off Kuribo's fucking channel trailer, the bit where the guy goes, little bitch. I can do that while I'm looking over a railing at a guard that I know I'm about to just drop boots onto his fucking ears. And that shit's fucking funny. That's entertaining.
Yeah, that's entertainment. Yep.
But when, if I'm playing Phantom Dust and it's like, hey, I'm gonna get you, little bitch, and you throw a laser, and it takes like 4 seconds to fly across the map, connect, and do 1 damage. It's just kind of like, that was anticlimactic.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, like, even with the Lucius 3 run. Like, I worked it, and I really want to run it. Do I think it's... Can I say for sure that it's going to be something I'm going to run? No. Like, it was like, what the fuck, that first-person ninja game, Ghost Runner.
Oh, Ghost Runner. Fucking Poseidon keeps trying to get me to buy that to speedrun it, and I'm like, bro, have you not heard me complaining about motion sickness and FPS?
That game's gonna make you sick as fuck, and 2, that run
hard.
Is fucking insane. That run is insane. Like, I don't know. I could probably do it with enough time. My attention span, like that's the same thing with Demon Souls. Like I really want to run Demon Souls. That run's gonna take a lot of work, and I don't have enough time to work it and make content with it. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where like I can work this run, but it's really not gonna be anything entertaining for anybody to really watch for a long time. I would love to run Ghost Runner. I might revisit it, but the mechanics, like the movement mechanics on there, like I know what's his face runs it. Dude, am I losing? Do I have Alzheimer's? I don't. What is happening here, bro?
Early onset dementia.
Waifu runs it.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of somebody else. I'm not sure who it was, but I wasn't thinking waifu.
I can't remember who.
Like someone we know that runs it.
I can't think. Let me look at the boards real quick, because I know Waifu had some runs on it. I don't think he ran it a lot. What I do want to do, and I mentioned Waifu, and I've wanted to do it for a long time, is I want to do Devil May Cry runs. I think that those would be really fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we know Dan Spence. We know D.E. Cosmic. So.
Yeah, and Cosmic said, he's like, dude, you should run Devil May Cry, and it's a valid point. I should run Devil May Cry.
You'd probably be fucking amazing at Devil May Cry.
I'm not amazing at anything, bro. Let's get this.
You're amazing at not shutting the fuck up when I tell you something nice, you little bitch.
Dude, I don't take compliments. Oh, 7 Ray D runs Ghost Runner.
Either.
7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know any of these other names necessarily. But there is some crossover from the Resident Evil community. I don't think actually Waifu has a run on it. I think he just kind of casually plays it and runs it a little bit. It's not a hugely long run, but it is. I mean, it's fucking nutty. Like the amount of.
I played the demo for it, and I really enjoyed the demo for it, but
the movement tech in the run is brutal, dude. Like you legitimately like are dashing over shit, like shit that I just couldn't make happen. And the movement tech, like there's actually a trainer on this with your speed, because you have to be able to be competitive in it at all. You have to time the jump, slide, and sprint all at the same time. Like it's a very like these motherfuckers are quick with it, and it's a hard run to pick up. So while I really
like one of the keys of speedrunning anything is precision.
Yeah.
But the precision for this game is holy fucking shit.
Dude. It's insane. Like
he just fucking walks through the fan.
Yeah. Like I
got my ass beat by that fan.
Oh yeah, me too. And I'm sure with enough practice I could probably get somewhere with this, like because I'm like my reaction time with this kind of shit is relatively decent if I'm paying attention, and I'm so jittery with everything. I think it would be fun to do. But like legitimately the run, just watching the run is motion sickening. Like it's tough. Because it is so fucking quick. But like there's legitimately trainers, like if you don't optimize your movement completely, you're not going to be able to do a bunch of tricks. You're going to be way slower than somebody who has their movement optimized. Like it's a very impressive run to watch. And while I was playing it, all I could think about is I want to finish this so I can fucking run it. That's all I want to do. That's all I care about. And then I started learning the run. And I was like, I don't think I can do this, bro.
Yeah, the guys that run Ghost Runner are fucking insane. They're actual animals.
Yeah.
Like these guys are fucking insane. Yeah,
it's like even watching like the Jump King, and that's the thing about this shit. You watch the run before you play the game, you're like, man, they make this look easy. And then you watch it and you're like, oh, they made it look way easier than way fucking easier than it actually is.
It's not like Resident Evil where you fuck up your lines. Well,
yeah, you can.
That's why your run fucked up.
Yeah, this is nutty, bro. This is nutty. Maybe someday.
Like all the times. I was gonna say, like all the times you've mentioned the precision that I have in Rava, and then I look at this and I'm like, yeah, my precision ain't shit.
I think it would almost be fun one day to work on that run learn with chat, just to see like how close we can get it, because I mean, it would be fun to see the process on that. I think a lot more than like the process for say Lucius, where it's not really that much of a precision run yet. It could definitely be, but like that run is fucking precision.
When it's not Lucius 3 levels of precise.
Yeah.
Because that game's either god tier Cthulhu levels of precise, or it's just this game is so broken it appears that way.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's actually like the tricks in Lucius 3 with the bird. They look a lot harder than what they are, but they are relatively precise. Like whenever you go to the mayor's house and have to clip through the roof and get down into the basement, that's actually like you have to be in the right spots for that. But it's not like, and like if you fuck it up, you have to try it again. But like, I don't think there's really anything where if you really mess it up, you're done for good. Especially with your release version of the game. Because like whenever I got stuck in the basement yesterday, on top of those boxes, I couldn't crow in there to get out, but in release version of the game, you can. So, like, the new patch version made that part harder, but the version that's being run doesn't make that hard. So you can get out of situations. Now, whittling the time down, and if we can find a way to be consistent with the hotel clip, maybe that's one thing. But actually, while we were sitting here yesterday, Kromish went and made a no hotel clip board because he's like,
I saw that.
Like, it's what made him stop. Like, that was found out by Matt, and that's what made Kromish stop running the game. Like, he's like, it's too inconsistent. So we'll see what happens. Oh, all right, brother. Anything else that you had in mind for anything?
Say a prayer for Aragami too.
Yeah. I'm really excited for when that game gets fixed up. It's gonna be a good one.
I'm like 4/5 of the way, having convinced myself to just buy it on PC and see how it goes there.
I guess somebody said, or no, was that about what are the reviews looking like on Aragami?
I don't know, actually.
Let's look at it here. Store. Aragami
I just know that I want to play it. I want to play it a lot.
Mostly
I don't wanna
positive.
fry my fucking Xbox. Okay.
Mostly positive on those reviews. Stealth is key. Played the first one for a good amount of time and enjoyed it. The second one is absolutely nothing like it. There's a stamina and health system standings. Okay.
There was a fucking health system in the first one.
It was because that just sounds bitchy.
That guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. The first one had a health system too. You know what it was? It was a one hit and you're dead. So be careful. And this one's got an Origami 2 has an actual combat system. So yes, you're going to have health. As for stamina, you had one of those in the first game too, dumbass. It's called your fucking cape.
Well,
That's why you hide in places.
Once again, people are fucking idiots. Everybody's a fucking, like, so many people are idiotic with their reviews and shit. I've definitely gotten to a point where, like, I'll look at reviews, but I don't really, like, the only way I'm gonna know for sure is if I do it myself. Unless it's, like, glaring shit, like, unless it's, like, there's bugs in this that are going to brick your machine, please don't play it yet. Like, unless that type of shit comes out. Yeah. But as far as, like, what people's actual opinion are of the gameplay, because you might not like it, but there's a possibility that I'm going to like it. That doesn't, just because you didn't doesn't mean that I'm not going to.
Yeah, like a perfect example for us specifically is RE3. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with it.
Yep.
I've actually threatened to ban people from my channel for wanting to buy it for me, and I'm serious. I will. You, on the other hand, actually enjoy the game, which is fine. Yep. I'm perfectly fine sitting back and watching you play it. I don't want anything to do with playing the fucking game.
Yep, I get it. I 100% get it.
All these fucking most of these reviews that I'm looking at so far are people complaining about how it's not like the first Aragami. And you know what I have to say about that? Good. The first Aragami wasn't that deep, bro.
Well, that's what a fucking sequel's supposed to be. It's supposed to take mechanics from the first game and make them better. And from what I'm seeing, it looks better. I don't know what...
I'm buying it right now out of spite for those people.
2 games bought in 1 stream. How about that?
Oh, there it is. Aragami 2 is mine on PC. Fuck those guys. I'm gonna put one on there that's like, this is so much better than the original. The original was so basic, and these basic bitches can't handle depth. Y'all probably can't even play Chaos there, you fucking smooth brain chimpanzee assholes.
Oh, bro.
Hi, Nessa.
Hi, Ness. What was that I just saw?
Of course she comes into that.
Yeah, as you're raging out. Wait, free play days. So if anybody's interested, Hunt Showdown, the Game Judgment, and Blood Bowl 2 are free to play on Xbox this weekend, on Xbox Series X, S, Xbox Series X/S and Xbox One through Microsoft Free Play Days program. So if you're interested in trying those out, those are there.
I do want to say this Opera GX that we switched over to.
Oh yeah,
I really, really, really like that landing page.
yes,
the
it's
GX corner.
Yep, we actually
So much cool shit in there.
Nessie, you can do what you got to do. You get that caffeine in you. I understand. We'll be here later whenever you're done caffeining. Yeah, we actually got Keo turned on. He messaged me. He's like, dude, so I heard you guys talking about like Opera GX the other night. He's like, what the fuck is it? So I like ran him down through it, and then he downloaded it. He's like, this is fucking great. I love this. Like, this is awesome. So I do recommend it.
Stray Cat picked it up too.
Yeah, if you aren't sure what it is, so basically what it is Opera has been a browser for years at this point. They've recently
Wasn't it like a Linux browser back in the day?
I don't even really know. I remember when it came out and I tried it out and I was like, okay, it's a browser. They've recently made updates to it where the actual full-blown Opera is based on, so its front end is their Opera front end. They have a couple things like ad blockers built in and they stop trackers and things like that. And they have some tied-end VPN stuff. It's built on the Chromium. It's built on the Chromium backbone, so it's basically a reskinning of Chrome's core functions. Well, then they came out with this gaming version of the browser, which is Opera GX, and it allows you to do things like GX Cleaner, where it shows you what tabs you have open, how much resources they're using. You can set limits through GX Control to say, I only want you to use this much RAM or this much CPU. Now, of course, if you have that, if you lower that to non-existent, the browser's going to run slow. It is Chromium backend, but you can tell it not to use as much resources as like Chrome does. One of my favorite parts about it is this sidebar because it gives you quick access to like show you who's live on Twitch right now. It gives you quick access to your social media platforms. So like if I click this, a sidebar for Twitter comes out, and then there's like your typical browser tools. But if you click this controller in the upper left-hand corner, it's the GX corner, and it shows you all your upcoming game releases, games that are free right now, what platform they're on. They give you like every once in a while like these sections where like the best co-op games right now, and then they show the deals. They show you the actual upcoming stuff. They show you some stores you can go to. There's game trailers, and then there's a whole news section at the bottom. So if you're into gaming news, this is what I use for all of my gaming related stuff. So this is whenever I'm looking at shit on like for stream or I'm gonna watch Twitch streams, I usually go through this. Personal shit, I keep the Chrome still, but this is very much a gaming haven if that's what you're looking for. So if that's the news you like, if that's the content you like, if you want to be able to control how much resources and all that shit, I 100% recommend Opera GX. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm loving it because I found I stumbled over Aniba because of it.
Yes, yep.
And that's actually where I got Rambo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I sent it to you that day. I was like, oh, I know you like. Here's this site. I've never seen it before. And you're like, oh fuck, they got the Rambo. They got the Rambo Rails game.
Rambo game. The one game that got pulled because apparently it was so bad. It's not great.
It's quirky.
I still need to finish it one of these days.
Quirky. It's your boy. It's your boy.
Hey, it's my boy. It's my boy as if via Bollywood.
Oh.
And I do love me some Bollywood silliness. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this Rambo game, dude. It mostly covers the movies, sort of. Like it's its own continuity. That's the way you have to look at that game.
Yeah, it's kind of its own.
It's got
isolation.
It's the same
world.
character in the similar situations, but it's a different. It's different.
Somebody took their creative freedoms with Rambo.
Yes, the fuck they did. They also took some creative liberties with audio design and decided to just pull lines straight from the actual movie. And I'm guessing that they were the original theatrical releases of the movies because they sound about as old as the movies.
Oh, Christ. I love when people
so
just
bad.
fucking back end shit like that. I love it.
It's so bad.
Dollar Tree Rambo.
Yeah, it's great value Rambo.
Yeah, the great value Rambo. Oh, bro.
It really is. But yep, say a prayer for Aragami too. Pour one out for Rambo and the Baker team. I don't know what else we got, if anything. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, By Aliens, Fireteam Elite.
Yes. Yep. I'll have that installed tomorrow. If you guys are interested, I am going to be trying a couple Lucius 3 runs after this. We'll see how it goes. And depending on how it goes, I'm either maybe going to... I don't think I'm going to try Lucius 2. I don't know what we're going to do if Lucius 3 doesn't work out. I kind of want to fuck around with an Aliens run just to chill.
Fuck yeah.
Or we might...
That shotgun double shot.
Yeah, we might be able to... or we might start running or like routing Chameleon 100%. I don't really know.
One of these days, I still have to send you a copy of Captain America.
Oh yeah, I need to play through that. I need to get that done.
What I need to do is I need to play that so you can see it in action, because I don't think I've played it. I might have played it maybe once since we met.
Okay.
On stream, but I
think I remember you were messing around with it for a bit. I need to figure out what we're gonna do on the channel. I'm very short-sighted. I need to kind of make a okay, once we do this, we're gonna move on to this. But what happens with that is whenever I do that, by the time I get to it, I'm like, well, actually, about that.
Could I interest you in some lists, or?
I know, yeah, you do. You are a big fan of those lists. I made one at one point.
For years, bro.
I made that one at one point and shared it with you, and I haven't followed any of it.
Oh yeah. See, the thing with my lists, though, is that it's not purely just to be like, hey, I've got all these games, I want to play them. It's like my long end goal for it is to get through these lists, figure out which ones I look at, and I'm like, yes, I could play that again. I could play that regularly, and I'd be fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
While weeding out the other ones. Like in the Sneaky Boy case, I'm not playing the new Hitman games again. I'm not playing any of them again. It's just Hitman ain't my thing.
Yeah, I
learned
got it.
that. You know, and Metal Gear I'm not going to touch because I hate the fandom. So, like, my stealth games have been whittled down to Splinter Cell, except for Double Agent on PC and 360, because that's barely a functional game. And, you know, Styx 2 and, you know, Origami 2 when that's all better. So basically cutting out the first two from Origami and Styx. And same with License to Jank, like Bloodstone 007. I can play that game regularly. It's so good.
Yeah,
and the other ones on that list, probably not.
I guess that's also a problem with my list, is that it's all runs. So it's a possibility, like, we could get to it, I could start it, and I could be like, this is not going to fucking work.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what I'm going to do with I want to do Splinter Cell at some point. I don't know why did I stop fucking around with that run? I can't remember now.
Because it was too janky to run because of the out of bounds shit.
I don't even know if that was it. I can't remember what stopped me. Like, cause I'm not too bad with the like, out of bounds glitches and shit, but I definitely want to revisit that. I think it was just I started doing something else and I got distracted. I think that's all it was.
Could be.
But yeah, eventually I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to roll through, make some lists, we'll vote on it or something, and eventually get to a point where I have some structure. Right now I have no structure. I have no idea what's happening on the next stream typically. So I gotta get that sorted out. But yeah, look to that in the future. But then tonight, like I said, if you guys are interested in sticking around and seeing one of the jankiest games of all time, but one of my favorite series of all time, then yeah, stick around. We'll be doing Lucius 3 runs. Don't know if we're even going to get a full run in. We're going to practice and see if we can get lucky with a hotel clip. And then I didn't have time to learn the no motel clip, so we're just going to try hotel clip, see if we get lucky once or twice, and go from there. And yeah, that's going to be here. Is right after this ends, we'll switch over. It'll be my stream starting screen, and we'll dive into it. But that'll be it for me as far as the voices in your head goes. Vox, I will let you sign us out, and we will go from there.
Excellent. Thank you guys for joining us again for the something weekly episode of the Voices in Your Head. My name's Mike. I've got I almost said that really wrong. I almost said I've got the dong that makes your panties flop, which
oh, bro.
You know, maybe not wrong. You spelled my name wrong, QB. You're grounded. My name's Mike. I've got the voice that has made your dongs flop and your panties drop, and I've been joined, as always, by my beautiful manservant, Derek.
Fucking.
I'm not going to stick with that one.
All right. See you guys in a bit.